This is where I want to pause in our story, and I want to ask a question. What about Hagar in this story? What about her? Because she's in the middle of this mess, and it's easy just to miss her. She didn't ask for any of this. She was a servant. She didn't have a choice. She was, to be clear, she was used as a means to an end, and then she was mistreated when it all backfired. And in verse 6, the text says that Sarah treated her so harshly that she ran away. And so we find her in the desert, alone and desperate and pregnant and used and discarded by the very people who are supposed to be walking with God. What about her in this story? Well, do you know who pursues her and finds her in the desert? God does. And we see this remarkable scene unfold in verse 13, where she does something that nobody else in the entire Bible does. She gives God a name. I think it's perhaps because she was a foreign woman who didn't really know God, didn't know about Abraham and Sarah's God. So when he shows up, when he finds her in the desert, she needs to give him a name, and she names him. She gives him the name El Roi, which means, "You are the God who sees me." That's your name, the God who sees me. And God doesn't correct her. God doesn't say, "Oh, actually, that's not my name." He receives it. It's the only time you see this. Abraham didn't give God a name. Moses didn't. David didn't. But Hagar, this foreign slave woman with no standing and no power and no voice, gives God the name and says, "I'm going to name you the God who sees me." I'm not sure what changes for Hagar after this encounter. Like, she goes back, she's sent back, God sends her back, she goes back to a hard situation. So there's not a dramatic rescue that we know of, no apology from Sarah that we know of. She just goes back. But here's what I think happened. She goes back seen by God. And there's a version of strength that does not come from your situation getting fixed. It comes from knowing that the God who spoke the universe into existence sees you. Yeah. And he sees you in the hospital waiting room. And he sees you in the funeral home. And he sees you when you're reading the divorce papers. And he sees you when you're getting the diagnosis. Like, he sees you. God didn't just see Abraham and Sarah. He saw the person their mess hurt the most. She was hurt because of someone else's impatience, because of someone else's bad decision, because of someone else's sin and someone else's selfishness. And if that's you, if you have been used and overlooked and discarded and caught in the middle of someone else's mess, I want to introduce you to El Roi, the God who sees you